Alright, so if you're interested in FPV, I've got a couple of new EMAX products. I'm going to show you the first one in this video and another one in a later video, but let me just show you what they are first. So this is from EMAX. This is the Interceptor. This is an RC car, and later on I'll have another video. I'll show you the second product. It's called the Easy Pilot. It's a small, like tiny whip type of drone, and they've designed these products for people that have never done any kind of FPV before. And they previously had this product called the Tiny Hawk Ready to Fly kit, which was very popular. It got a lot of new people into the hobby, but they found that even though that kit was fairly intuitive and fairly easy to use, there were still some challenges for a lot of people in just getting their grasp around what FPV is and how to deal with flying virtually through a screen when you're watching something that's coming through a camera on FPV, which is kind of different, and a lot of people didn't really have some issues. Had some issues with that. Also, when it comes to flying, one of the other things that they've had problems with, or noticed people having problems with, is throttle management and keeping the craft level in the air. So they've designed the Easy Pilot for that. But I'm not going to talk about that so much in this video. We're going to talk about, basically, it's like baby steps, right? So, before you can walk, before you can fly, you have to walk, or in this case, drive. And the Interceptor is just a basic RC car. I'll show you what's in the box here and everything, but what it makes it different, of course, is the fact that it has an FPV camera here, which I'll show you, which lets you drive the car instead of line of sight, just looking at it like most people would. You can drive it FPV, and that is the first step in getting used to the FPV experience. And that's just, I think these are some good entry-level products. Or if you've been having some issues figuring out how to, maneuver, just understand the experience of FPV, these two products will get you in the door. And then once you sort of graduated from these two, then you can move on to something like the Tiny Hawk Ready to Fly, or something even more advanced than that. Okay, so let me show you the car first. It's pretty small. I mean, it pretty much fits in the palm of my hand like this. So it's going to be good for indoors, small parks. I'm gonna drive this around at a park today, and you can see it's got this tiny FPV camera here, and we'll be recording that FPV feed. It gets transmitted to your goggles, which are also included in this kit. This is, I believe, the same goggles that are in the Tiny Hawk Ready to Fly. All the instructions are in basically right here. It's pretty easy to figure out. Actually, everything's all connected together, so you don't have to actually do anything unless you want to drive these around with multiple people. Then you'll have to change some channels and that kind of stuff. You have to read the manual for that. But for today, just to demonstrate how this thing works, it'll all work out of the box without having to do anything. You just have to charge up the batteries. So this is the goggle here. It's a pretty good goggle. The screen's pretty decent. It's pretty comfortable to wear. Basically, I like this one. It does come with a battery. So this is what the battery looks like. It just charges via micro USB here. And you're going to tuck that into the goggles strap here in the back. So it's going to go in the back here. And you're going to just plug it in. So this plug right here, and this little barrel plug right here, it just plugs in right there. And as soon as you plug it in, it'll turn the goggles on. Now for the car, there's an on-off switch right here. You just slide it over, turn it on. There's an internal battery in here, and it also charges by micro USB. You have to take this cover off. There's a little clip right here and right here, and then one in the front. You just lift off the cover, and then the micro USB port is about right there. You just plug that in. The micro USB cable is included in the kit. And this is the controller for the car. It's pretty standard RC car controller. Got your wheel here, turning it clockwise is right turns, counterclockwise is left turns, and then pulling on the trigger is forward, and then pushing on the trigger away from you is reverse. You have an on-off switch here, and then you have your steering trim here, so pretty basic operation. Alright, so I'm just going to drive around here on the playground. You get to see sort of a different perspective of what it's like to FPV something, and of course this is at ground level, but like a really different perspective because you're really low to the ground. You're not normally going to see that. Alright, so I'm going to drive it around line of sight first. Turn it on like so. turn it on first, and then we'll turn on our controller, and should have control. And I'm going to go ahead and start recording the feed, even though I'm just driving it around line of sight. Got this little FPV watch here. It'll let me record the video feed. So you can't control the speed. You can go slow or speed it up or reverse it. You can see it's going a little bit to the left. So you can adjust the steering trim here. It's going a little bit to the left, so I'm going to adjust it to the right a little bit. That's a little bit better. So just adjust the trim just a little bit more. Now you just drive it around. Pretty predictable. Obviously this is no different than any other RC car, but now you have a built-in FPV system on here. So I'm sure a lot of people who've seen my videos before, I've put FPV on my RC cars before. You have to add it on. It's not that hard to do, but it's nice that it comes in a kit like this, because a lot of first timers are not going to know anything about FPV or how to set it up. So this kit's pretty inexpensive too. So pretty good control. Let's speed it up a little bit here. You can do some spin outs. This is not a high performance RC car. This is more obviously for FPV. You can take a few hits, no problem. So it's pretty stable. It doesn't flip over too easily. Oh, I hit that pole over there. So that's top speed there. So let's go ahead and FPV it now. Let's see how the experience is. Okay, so I got the goggles on now. Let's go ahead and drive this around. And you may need to get your orientation a little bit, get used to how fast it's going on the ground. It is going to be a little bit disorienting at first if this is your first time. And obviously don't go on here for too long, you might get sick, but you can go further than you can with line of sight, because this is a small model. I'm going a little bit further here. Still a very good video. You can explore this little park here. I'm sitting here in the shade because it is freaking hot today. It is, at the time of this recording of this video, near the end of November. It's almost Thanksgiving. And it's got to be 95. I gotta tell you, I've never, it's California and everything, but it's like, why is this so hot? I'm sure some of you guys are probably freezing your butts off in below zero weather, but why is it so hot in California? But this is a lot of fun. If you got kids, they're gonna love this. Look at all this. If you're at the playground like this, this is going to be just a ton of fun for the kids. Got very good video. So obviously you're going to want, this is a small model, you're going to want to be on some flat land or flat ground like this. Let's see how far I can go. We go down over here to the other, this little jungle gym over here. No problem with distance. And oh, there's a little big ramp over here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go up that or not. Let's see. I'm probably going to lose control over here, but nope, doesn't have power to go up. It's too steep. Let's see, let's go over here. It's got some more. This is a pathway. It's kind of going up a little bit here. Yeah, this is pretty far, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but I got very good video. At least in the goggles. I'm not sure about this little FPV watch. I'm going to turn around here. We're getting a little bit of a breakup. think I went over the edge of the path there. I seem to be stuck. See if I can get out of this mess here. Yeah, I'm in the gravel or something. Yeah. So I'm now stuck. Let's go retrieve it. Alright, so that was a ton of fun. If you guys are interested in getting an FPV, this is a really good way to start. It's sort of a baby step before you go flying. And obviously you're going to get stuck somewhere on the ground like I did, but you know, not a big deal. Stay on, on these sort of flat areas and it'll be good to go. And it should be hours and hours of fun. And then later on you can move up to the next product, which is going to be the Easy Pilot, and I'll have another video on that pretty soon. If you're interested in checking this one out, check out the link down in the description, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.